The 2027 MotoGP rider market heats up. Veteran riders face ousting. The 2027 MotoGP rider market is truly heating up, with paddock observers predicting that the upcoming season will be one of the most ruthless periods in recent years. The primary driver behind this is the introduction of new 850cc engine regulations and the switch to Pirelli tires, forcing manufacturers to rethink and completely overhaul their rider recruitment strategies. The 850cc era begins, which riders risk being dropped for 2027. As previously mentioned, another factor accelerating the rider lineup shake-up is the switch in tire suppliers from Michelin to Pirelli starting in 2027. This shift makes experience with Pirelli tires a highly valuable asset. Unsurprisingly, manufacturers are eyeing riders already accustomed to the characteristics of these tires, specifically those from World SBK and Moto2, both of which currently use Pirelli. This situation favors young talent from Moto2 while also opening doors for World SBK riders to attract interest from MotoGP teams ahead of the new 850cc era. While experience was once a prized asset, the landscape has shifted. Major teams are now more interested in younger riders who offer lower costs and greater long-term potential. Consequently, several veteran riders find their seats in jeopardy. Jack Miller. Mission accomplished at Yamaha. Jack Miller's future is currently a major talking point. The Australian rider was initially given a lifeline by Yamaha for the 2025 and 2026 seasons, thanks to the invaluable experience he gained developing V4-powered bikes during his earlier stints with Ducati and KTM. However, his performance throughout the 2026 season has fallen far short of expectations. Across the first 5 rounds, Miller has managed to score only a single point, earned at the French MotoGP. This situation has reportedly led Yamaha to inform Miller that he is no longer part of the team's plans for the new MotoGP era beginning in 2027. His seat at Pramac Yamaha could potentially be taken by Izan Guevara. The young Spanish rider has been impressive in Moto2, currently sitting second in the standings. Pramac boss Gino Borsoy has openly acknowledged that their Moto2 team was established to groom future MotoGP riders, and Guevara is considered to meet all the necessary criteria. A wave of veteran riders facing ousting. Miller is not the only one whose position is at risk. Several other big names are also facing an uncertain future. Among them is Alex Rins, who is expected to lose his seat at the Yamaha factory team due to plans to pair Jorge Martin and I Ogura. Then there is Franco Morbidelli. The Italian rider is also under immense pressure, as the performance of young riders from the VR46 Academy and Ducati is considered far more competitive. Meanwhile, Maverick Viñales is enduring a very difficult season with KTM Tech 3. Injuries have sidelined him for several races, and he has yet to score a single point. His relationship with KTM management has reportedly deteriorated following criticism regarding the bike's performance. All 3 riders are now frequently linked to a move to World SBK as a way to continue their careers. Brad Binder and Luca Marini. Uncertain futures. Brad Binder and Luca Marini are facing equally complicated situations. Binder's position at KTM is said to be wavering following the Austrian manufacturer's major financial restructuring. Compounded by Pedro Acosta's move to the Ducati factory team, Binder is now under real pressure to prove he can lead the KTM project single-handedly, without anyone else's help. On the other hand, Luca Marini's fate appears even more complex. Fabio Quartararo's arrival at the Honda factory team in 2027 has effectively locked up one of the prime seats. Honda is reportedly more interested in promoting young talent than retaining Marini. Given this situation, the future of Valentino Rossi's younger brother with HRC appears to be nearing its end. An influx of young stars from Moto2. The 2027 MotoGP season is predicted to be a period of major generational turnover, much like the wave of promotions in 2019 when Fabio Quartararo, Joe Mir, and Francesco Bagnaia all moved up to the premier class together. The 3 young names most frequently mentioned are David Alonso, Daniel Holgado, and Izan Guevara. David Alonso has reportedly secured a long-term contract with the Honda Group for their future projects. Meanwhile, Daniel Holgado is said to have rejected overtures from Yamaha to secure a seat within the Ducati camp, specifically with Gresini Racing. As for Izan Guevara, he is predicted to be Pramac Yamaha's top choice to replace Jack Miller. Is Manuel Gonzalez a victim of paddock politics? Amid the flurry of hype surrounding young riders, one name stands out as a major question mark: Manuel Gonzalez. Yet, looking at his performance, Gonzalez is currently leading the 2026 Moto2 standings. Strangely, however, his name has not really been linked to a single MotoGP seat so far. Observers suggest that non-technical factors are at play here. Gonzalez reportedly lacks major sponsorship backing or the political connections to factory executives that some of his rivals enjoy. Meanwhile, Senna Agius and Barry Baltus are gaining traction, as they are seen to offer strategic value for expanding the MotoGP market beyond Europe. An increasingly ruthless transfer market. The 2027 MotoGP season is expected to mark a major turning point. The new era of 850cc engines is prompting manufacturers to move away from old patterns and show greater willingness to give opportunities to the younger generation. For veteran riders whose performance is declining, the threat is very real. Some may potentially move to World SBK, become test riders, or even have to seek a new career path outside of MotoGP. One thing is certain: retaining a seat in MotoGP is becoming increasingly difficult. In this upcoming era, a big name alone is no longer enough to guarantee one's future.
Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah.